I do want to hurry up and break that down because I think some people forget the difference between the prosecutor and a defender when they just talking about a case. They just some people do sort of blend that together. So understand the
Mm.
prosecutors are the people that wants to put Diddy in jail. So I think ain't it the Feds versus Diddy? I do believe it's the Feds versus Diddy. So the prosecutor will be the Feds. So whoever the federal government got to lawyer up to try to put him
What
in
they
jail.
usually say, the United States against Diddy.
Yeah, it's normally something like that. Yeah. And then you got the defenders, people that Diddy paid to get him out off of jail.
Hmm.
Okay. So I want to make sure everybody understand the difference when you're hearing prosecutor versus defender anytime that we're covering this P. Diddy case.
Now the prosecutors came out swinging. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like
Mm-hmm.
they revealed so many different things that we had never heard before. They told us that Cassie will testify this week. Her husband Alex Fine was in the courtroom yesterday, and I saw them in the lunchroom. So I thought she might have actually got on scene yesterday, but it didn't happen.
Did you see Cassie yesterday? Or no?
I didn't see Cassie, but I
Is he
saw her
going in
husband.
the lunchroom too?
You gotta eat. If you leave
Oh,
out,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
leave out, you might miss your chance to go back into the courtroom because only but so many people can go in. So
They got
I
good
stay.
food.
It's all right. It's cool. It gets you
Okay.
through. But
Mhm.
so yeah, so they told us that Cassie will testify this week, and they talked about what her testimony may be. So they dropped a big bomb when they mentioned that Cassie will testify that a male escort performed a sexual act that required him to urinate.
Mm.
That would stop people in their tracks for sure. For yeah.
It required him to urinate, like just pee, like he just had to pee.
It was where he, I, and he went.
You
We
cannot.
went.
You
Yeah.
cannot. He urinated
Okay.
On her.
on her.
Yeah.
You say that?
On her. Okay, I'm saying it the way I was told to say it.
Okay.
So that was the first thing, which people were like, "Wait, what?" And then the second thing, they the prosecutors basically are making, like we knew they would, making Puff to be out this like angry man who like just can't control himself or whatever. So they go straight into a Cassie incident, but it's not the video. They talk about a time where Cassie decided, I guess she got upset that Diddy was dealing with other women.
Mhm.
She decided to go deal with somebody else, so she dipped. Puff was coming. He came. He's looking for her. Can't find her. He grabs his gun. Two of his staff members. One of the staff members said that she did not want to go, and allegedly she was forced to go. So they labeled that kidnapping. And they went to this man's house looking for Cassie. In this rage, Cassie wasn't there, and it was like all hell broke loose. But the peeing thing was a huge thing.
Mhm.
Now Diddy's team came real quick on their opening statements and said, "Look." And I thought their opening statements, to be honest with y'all, were weak. Diddy's team, like I thought, like okay, all they did was own up to everything. They're like, look, he was angry. He can't control his anger. He, might have abused drugs and been a horrible boyfriend. Y'all going to hear text messages and audios that make him sound like a horrible person, and that he may have been all of the most horrible things you could think about him when it comes to how he dealt with the women in his life. He's owning up to it. But when it comes to these charges, one thing has nothing to do with the other. You're not going to be able to look at him at the end of this case and say that because of any audio, any video you see, or anything that we are telling you right now that is despicable. They admitted it. Like if he was guilty of domestic violence, we wouldn't be arguing today. I mean, if he was charged with domestic violence, we wouldn't be arguing today. If he was charged with abuse in a certain way, we wouldn't be arguing today. But because he's charged with everything else, the sex trafficking and all these other things, we're here because he's not guilty of that.
I was going to ask you, the fact that he went to somebody's house, that he's not being charged for that, though, right?
I think the reason why the prosecutors open up with that is because they're trying to show that he can't be controlled. And there's like this jealous rage that they allege happen whenever it comes to him and his women, or whenever he doesn't get his way. The prosecutor's overall theme was, you can't tell Diddy no, because if you tell him no, you don't know what might happen to you. He'll threaten your career, blah, 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 blah.
But he's not on trial for that. And that was so interesting when I saw the defense from Diddy's team at Top Dog Law. He was saying that, they were saying.
So am I hearing this correct? The fact that we know that he's uncontrollable, the fact that we know that you do not know an outcome of a person's reaction, so I can't say no. Is that or is that not a form of a threat? Would be my question right now. That sounds like a form of threat. Now we might have to go look up forms of threats, but at the moment, listen to what I just heard. Sounds like a form of a threat.
They want us to overlook that. Don't pay attention to none of this. That don't have nothing to do with the fact that him trafficking and this, that. Come
But
on.
yeah,
That's
so
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. It's like they playing beat around the mulberry bush.
Exactly.
We finna beat
You're a
around the
bad
bush,
person.
right?
Bad person. Point blank, period. But y'all don't want us to look at him like a bad person.
So
And just because it's immoral doesn't mean it's criminal. I don't know if the jury is going to be able to separate the two, though.
Okay, so look, getting into that, that's why I was low-key impressed yesterday. So then they start calling witnesses to the stand. So they call this guy. Which witness y'all want to go with first, the male escort or the LAPD officer?
Whatever's more entertaining.
The male
They're
escort.
both entertaining. Okay, so the male escort gets on the stand, right?
Black.
Black male
Describe
escort.
him.
Yes, he's a black man. He's like probably like 5'7", really stocky, like, you know, muscle. I could tell when he walked in, I'm like, oh, he must be like a dancer or something. Oh no,
Yeah.
Charlamagne's body could never.
Okay.
He's like a
Damn.
dancer or something. So he gets
You
on
ain't
the
never seen
stand.
me with my shirt off, man.
Let her
seen it.
finish, please.
Baby, listen, look at you sitting over. Sit up, looking all pudgy. So he's on the stand.
I know you ain't talking with that Vera Wang fat suit on.
Just
So,
keep going.
he's on the stand and he's describing his relationship with Cassie and Diddy. And he's saying that, you know, up until a few years ago, in New York, whenever they would come here, they would call him because he would engage in different sexual acts with them, right? Allegedly. So he's like, every single time he got the phone call, it was from Cassie. The way that he met them was through his boss. So his boss came to him one day and said, look, I have this couple who wants to do something for the wife. It's a bachelorette party. They need a male stripper. They didn't have a male stripper, so he went. He shows up in the NYPD t-shirt and he says, Cassie, he alleges Cassie opens the door. She's in red lingerie. She's in a wig, dark glasses, and pumps. And she's like, listen, your boss told me that I'm supposed to give you $200. And this is what he's alleging. And instead, she gives him $4,000. She's like, I want to explain to you what's about to happen. So this is not a bachelorette party. My husband likes to do special things for me. He wanted to do this for my birthday. He just wants us to like rub baby oil on each other and, you know, just kind of like get familiar with each other. And whatever happens from there, if you're comfortable, I'm open to it. So he's like, okay. So he goes in. He says when he walked in on like just
Okay.
he literally said Cassie was one of the most beautiful women he ever seen in his life. He couldn't even believe that it was happening like this. So he walks in and he alleges that Puff was there sitting in the room, but you couldn't tell it was him because he had a bandana tied around his face and he had a hat on and he was sitting in the corner. So he says, but he did say the minute that Diddy opened his mouth to like say something,
Take that.
I don't know what he said.
Oh,
it was probably like just an introduction of like, he said he told him he worked in imports and exports. So when he said that, he said, I instantly caught the voice. And I'm like, well, how did you catch the voice? He said, I've been listening to this man, majority of my whole life. So he said that they got into it. He says that they were rubbing each other with the oils. There was other lubricant there as well. And that him and Cassie had sex on the couch in that hotel allegedly. And that the whole time Puff sat in the corner and masturbated.
Executive producer. That's what he calls it.
And he did say,
he
did say that, you know, he never, Puff never got involved, but he was telling them what to do at different times.
That's how we know he don't make beats.
And he also made it clear too that on the first time that they linked up, Cassie told him, like, you have nothing to worry about. My husband is not gay. He's not going to touch you. He's not going to whatever. He just, you know, he might tell us what to do or whatever, but he's not going to be, it's just going to be us doing the physical things. He said that they linked up a lot more times after that. His payments would range anywhere from like $6,000 to like $4,000 or $5,000, depending on what they wanted to give him. He said sometimes he would even show up and wouldn't even get paid, but he was just like, I just like being a part of this lifestyle. But he did say that there was two things he said. He said one time he couldn't get hard anymore because he went to Cassie's house. They got comfortable with him. He came to Cassie's house. When he was there, Cassie and Diddy was in the room. He was outside in the living room. Diddy comes out and goes off on Cassie, like allegedly beats her up bad because she took a long time to come back in the room. to him.
Mm.
And he said after he saw that, that was his first time seeing her get physically like touched. He couldn't even engage in sexual activity with the two of them. And they haven't gotten to cross-examine him yet. Like Diddy's team started, and then they had to stop.
What about the urination?
The urination thing. So he randomly was just like recounting their
It's kind of going fast, huh? Is it going a little too fast? Look, you can't be just over there shaking your head.
It's just crazy, and
You cannot be over there.
I know this is gonna get really, really like. I know it's gonna get crazy. Gonna be people coming out the woodwork. Look, oh gosh. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, get ready. Get
This is
ready.
gonna be a long, drawn out. That YSL case ain't gonna have don't got nothing on this. Like, mm,
Let me send James this invite real quick. Because look like he's off work.
yeah, this is gonna be a doozy.
I
Mm-mm.
just seen him share something to, what's it called? So I'm just assuming. Just assuming. Right now, I like that she's telling it fast, but then I feel like she's skipping over things that are a little bit more important to the trial. She only going to things that are what we call clickbaits of the trial.
Yeah,
You're not really getting into the trial.
they're gonna be like how they was with the YSL case, right? They're gonna have people in there. Are they doing that with this one? Are they showing live footage from in the courtroom?
So far, no. When I'm
Mhm.
looking at these, when I'm looking at like this one, I'm gonna bring up this one real quick. It's mostly just people showing paintings. This is a lawyer group. Okay, yeah, let me. I can't wait till I'm really back set up again. I keep saying that, but
I
it's just
know.
every time. And then the camera thing not working. That's so weird.
But I don't understand how to start working and then just don't want to act right.
Right.
Don't want to act right.
So this is law crime. I think they used to have a TV show. Now they just got their little YouTube channel.
Oh wow.
So let's hear now. We heard it. Like I said, we just listed from a radio point of view, and I'm
Hmm.
giving her props. I'm not trying to take nothing away from her because you know what I'm saying. Her
Yeah.
job is to put in her report, the report. But I feel like what
And
I'm
then
looking
they probably
for,
on time, so she got to squeeze what she.
yeah, and I feel yeah, cause like this is going. I'm listening for the breakdowns. I want to hear the little ins and out because the little ins and out will point to like truly how the judge, truly how the jury, truly how the prosecutor and the defenders are looking at something because these are lawyers. Even
Yeah.
though most of these YouTube channels are still going to be somewhat biased because I think this is a case where that's just easily to do that.
Hmm.
I think this is just one of those cases where it's easily to say,
Yeah.
you know, and this is a type of person. But yet again, I think I had to I think I had to respect what a lot of people have been saying. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. So therefore, let's not truly point the finger at him. Bad
Yeah.
as I want to, especially me. I'm not here to say nobody else, but me with the allegations that are alleged allegations, bro. I want to point the finger at them. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all heard that bone pop. Uh, but let's get into this. James will be popping up soon. I know it's gonna get loud over here. It's gonna get real fucking loud.
Law and Crimes Elizabeth Milner. She has been in the courthouse the entire time. Throughout the duration of this case, she's been to every hearing and she's been there for the trial every day. She has been in the courtroom. So, Elizabeth, I'm really interested to hear from you about what's been going on this morning in the courtroom. Some really compelling testimony. I've been reading online that the jurors have been seeing some photographs from Cassie Ventura's electronic devices that show maybe some bruising and some other things like that from injuries says she suffered at the hands of Sean Combs.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of a majority of what the focus was on today. We saw a lot of exhibits in front of the entire gallery, as well as the jurors too. A lot of text messages, a lot of photographs, either photographs from the red carpets after, physical abuse that Cassie was talking about during her testimony today. We saw text message exchanges between Cassie and Diddy, who, in some text messages, he's referred to as the name of Pop, and Cassie is referred to as baby girl in these types of text messages. And so that was kind of a lot of focus of what this morning has been so far. Cassie is still under direct examination by the prosecution. She's being questioned by ASA Emily Johnson. Diddy today appearing in a different color today. He had a cream sweater on, a white undershirt. He had gray slacks on, whereas Cassie, she had a nice, a very gray long dress on. She came in with a black trench coat. Whenever she had walked over.
Boy, she is about to give the Breakfast Club a little bit more props. I don't give a damn about how they was dressed and came to court. No. You are about law and order and crime. Who cares about how they came and what they came to court dressed like in the time of a prosecute? Who cares?
They
Boy,
give
that
them
about to
full
make me go back.
detail. Full details.
I mean, I understood that we were gonna have that over here, but yeah, I ain't think we was gonna be talking about the red carpet to the courtroom.
You know how they gotta do.
Oh.
To the witness stand. It was kind of the same situation as it was yesterday. She didn't look over to the defense's side. She didn't eyeball Diddy from what I could see of her walking up to the witness stand. It seems like she was just laser focused on getting there, sitting down. The jury would be brought in afterwards. They would sit down. She would kind of, look at their direction, definitely not looking at the defense's direction. And from what I could see, even during her line of questioning, it seemed that she was just, again, laser focused on just answering the prosecution's question. She kept her eyes on the prosecutor, again, that being Emily Johnson, while she was asking her questions. A notable thing that I also saw while sitting inside the courtroom today is that, Diddy's support looked a lot different today. Normally we're seeing his entire family members. We're seeing some of the mothers of his children come into that courtroom. And today was a little different. Today it was just Christian Combs, aka King Combs, Justin Combs, Quincy Brown, Janice Combs, Diddy's mother. But notably, none of his daughters were inside that courtroom today. They had been there Monday and Tuesday, but not sure if maybe it was the rain that didn't bring them in today, or maybe it was the fact that they knew, Cassie would be testifying for a couple more days, and just kind of the graphic nature of her testimony. They were just kind of like, let's not come today. But that is some big standouts that I definitely noticed while sitting in the gallery today.
This is some really graphic and difficult testimony. And Sean.
See, it's more. When I was strolling to look for video. This is basically what I see, that people are in the courtroom, and I think, from my understanding, and look this up if you can. Federal cases can't be publicized.
Really? So the YSL case, that wasn't federal, that was state?
That was state.
Oh wow.
No, hold on. That was federal because they told what you call it. Even though you free right now, that state can pick it up within 7 years.
Mm.
Or did they say? wh- Oh my God!
One
I
or the
was
other,
yeah, I
right?
covered it. I at least covered the last day of it.
Let me see.
I know they said you're free to go, but yet again, I could have sworn is state can pick it up because Fanny works for the Fed because she got that's the whole point of Fanny going to court is because she used taxpayers' money would be, but that would be state. That wouldn't be federal. That'd be state paying. That'd be everybody in Atlanta.
That was a state
'Cause what
case.
that what? Huh?
It was a state case
It was a state, so Fed can pick it up
under
still.
the
Okay.
state RICO law. Yeah, not a federal version. Cause I know I'm hearing the RICO law. I'm like, ain't that feds? But they was under the state RICO law.
The see and that, okay, the RICO law or the RICO case is the fact that you were doing professionally professionally committed military, dang, what's the word I'm looking for? You were committing crime professionally, basically.
Mm. But they was on
You
the
wasn't
state
actually
level with it,
yeah, you wasn't actually hold on, yeah, you wasn't actually doing the crime, but you was pointing the finger.
orchestrating it, right?
Yeah. I forgot what it was called too. I can't believe I'm having a big brain for it. Oh, organized crime. There it is. Golly, that just organized crime. So
Ongoing criminal enterprise.
I'm surprised I haven't
Even if
found
they
what's this.
didn't commit any specific crime, as long as they were a part of it. That's crazy.
But the RICO Act normally is because you was the head ringleader. Now I know you now you the ringleader and the minions.
Mm.
Is this live?
Wix. One platform, any website.
Oh, boy, the fact that they put sex trafficking up here.
Mm.
Okay, so this, like I said, this is them, and look, they outside. This is
They
live
lied.
footage of them at the case.
Dang, so they not even letting them in.
Nah, because I do. If this the case, if like this, I think because this is federal. Remember the FBI came and raided the crib. It wasn't the local police.
Yeah, so his stuff feds.
Oh, I like listening to her.
Now,
Let's
one
see.
damning piece of evidence.
Hold on. Let me
A
say
no
this.
Cassie.
Let me say this real quick before I go on. I
Mhm.
forgot when I have my friend 7 days on here and we do like back and forth like yesterday. I
Mhm.
forgot I gotta bring black people on here to say the same thing that a white person would say. So it sounds believable because he's all about the black on the black on the black on the black. White people is guilty of every single thing in, in
Mhm.
the world, bro. That stuff is funny. But yeah, when it comes to debating, I forgot I gotta bring black people on her. But yet again, I do like how this she is covering this. I do got a lawyer guy I do watch, but I haven't actually seen him drop a video.
Mm.
wrote to herself, recovered from her iCloud backup that read, "He owns me. Even when I sleep, I'm not free." The court was silent as it was read aloud. Stop scrolling. Diddy's courtroom just exploded. Cassie Ventura took the stand and shattered the silence. What she revealed about freak offs, firearms abuse, and blackmail tapes left the entire room frozen. This wasn't just testimony, it was a bombshell. Let's unpack everything that happened on day 2 of Diddy's federal sex trafficking trial.
Federal sex trafficking trial. Boy, did she just answer our question that we were just over here pondering for 2 minutes?
Yes. Yes.
We should just play the video. Just play the video.
Here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Today, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It's day 2 for real after the jury selection of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Yesterday,
I heard the trial selection. Let me try to be specific. I hate that my camera's not on. But the trial selection I heard was even intense. I really did. I heard even that was even intense. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Are we listening to this?
The jurors.
Yeah, even selecting them was intense because a lot of people.
I'd imagine.
I think I heard like 136 people they interviewed. A lot of them knew about the trial or at least looked it up. You know what I'm saying? They knew something of something. So going through that was probably difficult.
It's gonna be rare that they find somebody that just doesn't know anything about it. It's everywhere. Was they able to find enough people?
Yeah, I mean, obviously because we had the trial, but I just wanted to bring that up because I remember that
some of them people lie.
I'm not going to even deny that. I'm not.
we covered it in great detail. The jury selection in which the juror from the UN made it on, despite his claims to have that his Office of Counterterrorism doesn't work with U.S. law enforcement, it's not credible. But then there were the opening statements, hammering hard. Kenny Garagos did it for the defense, among their 9 lawyers. And she said this is about private personal conduct and that he may be a terrible person, but it's not a federal RICO charge. The government hammered away, saying you're going to hear from Jane, Cassie, Mia.
This is your full breakdown of May 13th, today, the second day of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. We'll walk through the timeline, the accusations, the evidence, the defense, and the shockwaves from Cassie's heart-wrenching and graphic testimony. If you think yesterday was wild, today lit the courtroom on fire. Stay locked in because this is raw, emotional, and quite honestly, terrifying. The second day began promptly at 9 a.m. at the U.S. District Court in Manhattan under heavy media and security presence. The judge, he called the court to order as spectators packed out the room and the entire gallery was filled. Many of them were journalists or survivors advocates and members of the music industry.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court or pay expensive upfront legal fees. Listen, if you've been in a car accident in the past year, even as a passenger, you could be owed a significant cash payout. While most...
My bad.
And then the witnesses began. There was first the LAPD officer who went to the 6th floor among the famous kicking incident. And it turns out that he filmed his own version of the security camera footage and preserved it he was going to just show his wife, but he preserved it for eternity. Now, the cross-examination of him was done by Brian Steele, who tried to point out various inconsistencies of things that he hadn't put in his written report at the time, but only remembered later while speaking to the prosecutors. It wasn't a bad cross at all. Coming off his Young Thug work, score 1 for Brian Steele. Now, the next witness was I'm called him male dancer, but his last name was Philip, not with an S. And this is where it got pretty gruesome. Not gruesome. I mean, yes, gruesome. He was invited up and began to perform. He stopped being able to perform once he saw the violence. He said he was a kind of a compelling character in a way. Now, the defense chose to have Xavier Donaldson, who I like and know quite well. I mean, I cover
For
him
real?
more than these other lawyers because he's on the CJA panel and represents many criminal defendants here in SDNY as appointed counsel. He's taken a kind of his first line of attack was to try to say that
Yeah, I'm finna even put that. I'm finna even say something about that. I'm finna even pause the whole podcast just to even announce that.
Yes, I just looked on there. Somebody had sent me a message, and I'm like, oh, look at who's live.
So we asking you to come on here.
And you
I
gonna go
send you
live.
the invite. Like,
You gonna go live. You come on over here and wait. You wait.
man, I'm trying to be a team player. I'm trying to work with everybody, understand that we all got platforms, and like I said, like I said earlier, let me bring this down just a little bit. And y'all lucky at my camera not on, cause y'all shows see how serious my face is. Like, what are we working hard to do if we can't do what we working hard to do it for? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault that you went on punishment.
You could wait a little while longer.
But that's that. I want to do me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna do me mentality.
Um,
I want to go live, so can't nobody tell me not to go on live, and which is true. You have 100% can say all of that with no discretion. You're right. You is your life, your right, whatever. But I thought we
yeah,
were trying to build a team.
he's off now.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only thing.
Probably a lot of
I'm
people
just
didn't get on there. I see a lot
saying.
of people is live right now.
So I guess not to be an enemy of the state, but I'm gonna be nice and end my life and go support, and we're gonna see where this goes. We're gonna see how long it takes to build this little team of what we need 9 people.
Well, he's off now. He's off.
Oh Lord,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder was that just a test run to see could he go live just to see was he
Just a
truly
quick
out.
pop in, let everybody know he back.
It'd have been nice to warn us, so
Send
we
us
could
an
have had
invite.
live. But he know how to warn me. The thing is, like, when you warn me, you let me know before you go live. Hey, bro, I'm about to go live. Oh, okay. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Because if I was about to go live around one of y'all two going live, I was
We
like,
don't want to
my
step on each
podcast.
other's toes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What I've been saying the last 2 days. I'm gonna try to go early in the morning on YouTube, so we do the TikToks.
At
Well,
night.
see, I guess that's for us, because me and you go late at night. He be sleep when we going live for real.
He be
He be
sleep.
sleep. Only time he
Oh,
was up in free time because he wasn't, working. And I ain't trying to put his business out there, but
mm-hmm. Oh.
because trust me, has he? Because for real, he don't be on our time late at night.
No. No.
He don't know that we be having adult conversation on here at night for real. It be going down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I be like, and remember what I said early? I don't know if you remember, but I was like, we be the group that I heard that attacked him.
He just sent me a now he just sent me join your friends live as a guest.
Oh my god, bro!
James, you supposed to be over here.
Yeah, he sent it to me too, and I'm like,
He's supposed to be over here. You talking about Diddy?
he and see, I was sending it to both. I was sending it to both of them. Like both of y'all, come on over here to the live. We can do the
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. Oh, you got all day to do the TikTok. I'm on. You know, I only do this for. He know I only do this for 2 hours.
You want me to get in and tell him?
Yeah, we gonna see if we gonna pop up.
Hello, hello.
You going in and out. What's my internet? Find another spot.
James.
Yeah.
I know you happy you going live and stuff, but you supposed to be over here with us in Capiche Live. We was waiting on you.
Oh wow, Capiche don't went live.
No, he's on YouTube. I know. Listen, I know you happy you just got out of jail. I know you. But come on over and talk about this Diddy case, and then you get back on TT. You come on over. Look at you so happy. I thought you wasn't messing with TT no more.
Y'all over there now?
Yeah. I thought you wasn't messing with TT no more. I need my paper. Hi, Miss Wright. How you doing?
Hold on. Hey. I was messing with
Hella, she can come too.
Get it so we don't get banned no more, then I'm good. That's why I'm up here now. I'm asking questions. Miss Wright just help me out.
He said Miss Wright could come too. He said Miss Wright could come too.
Send me the invite. I'll be there.
She said send her the invite. Look, he said I just got out of jail. He fresh out the pen.
I'm trying to get this right. When I get this right, then I'll hop.
Okay.
Ain't going nowhere. Yeah, once let's get help get it live to be 21 and up, so we'll get flagged no more.
Yeah.
So I just need to fix it. I got a couple of things to do up here. I'm trying to get 21 and up so I don't get banned, and then I'll be over there.
Okay.
She helping me out. That's Miss Wright help me do that. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Miss Wright, did he send you an invite?
I don't know.
Tell Capiche to send Miss Wright an invite.
Capiche?
Yeah, he just
I already did.
Oh, he did. Well, I'll see y'all when y'all come on over to the other live.
You did? All right, we about to come over there.
All right. Let me get you some.
I'm yeah, you be over there.
All right. Get you some likes up. Like. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I ain't show you this cut. Look. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I don't know what I want to put. Like
You
what I
you know what I would like for you to do
what?
is get you a 2-camera system. The one a little bit above you, it needs to be pointed down at the you in the table from that view right here that I'm looking at you, and then you need the camera from above that goes straight down to see like more of your hand work, like how you create and paint and stuff like that, because people like to see you work, and then some people like to see you work. If that makes sense,
Oh,
like they
okay.
want to look at you work, and then they
They
want
want
to
to
see
just
like
see
you
this,
work.
and then
Yeah,
the
they
other
want to
ones
see.
want to see. I
Yeah,
got you.
because especially in the gaming world, I noticed that a lot of gamers they show themselves playing a game, and then they show their hands on the keyboard. And I was like, why do y'all do that so much? Like, bro, like every other one is doing that, and they were like, a lot of people like to do that. And then I didn't know that people would slow because they'll go back, watch, and they will slow it down. Like, oh, this is how a person did this and that and that and that. I was like,
Oh
oh,
wow.
I didn't think about that because bringing up this video. Let's bring up a video real quick so the audience understand. Bringing up this video, we ran across something that we heard, that we seen, that we didn't understand. We can go back. And there's been plenty of times, especially if we went to the cop cam real fast, which let's do that real fast. Cause that's where I definitely had to go back on some scenes and be like, I had to slow it down. You hear all that slow talking, mumbo jumbo stuff. You be like, but you got to do that to see sometimes what happened because it may not be clear all the time. And I try to get the ones where it's not as much.
Are you really going to miss this?
We do this training once a year. There's 800,000 to 1 million people that'll join us, and it's
Take a walk or get arrested. Disorderly conduct. Take a walk or get arrested. You're an adult. Act like one. Get down the road. Okay. I'm sick of it. Okay. I'm sick of listening to you. Get down the
Okay, so and this is what I do. So anytime that you see something and you have something to say, please say it. Do not hold back.
Okay.
Okay. And this is an example right here. Like it just started off, and we don't even know what happened. But you scolding, I think that's the right word to use. You scolding a person, it's not your job. Like you're not supposed. Like no, that's intensifying the situation. That's antagonizing. That's all the above. That's gonna start an incident, and probably the reason why they done went viral and they done got YouTube.
the road. More walking, less talking. Let's go.
On December 1st, 2024, in Ohio, police responded to a call from a mother who found her daughter lying face down in the bathroom with her pants down. The situation escalated when the daughter became aggressive after being asked to leave.
She must have been on drugs.
When you sick, well, not you personally. Not nobody personal, but when you're sick and you don't know if you gotta do number one, do number two, or throw up. I'm assuming this is what's going on right here.
What's going on? Who called the police?
My stepdaughter.
Okay. Where's your stepdaughter's name?
Armani.
Okay. Can I speak to her?
She ran across the street over there to the fire department.
Wow. Informational, not aggressive, ain't got no socks on.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me tell you something I learned too. And I want you to study this because you tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Later on down the road. This is a real theory that I got. When it's summertime and you see one of these incidents happening, you're gonna see them cut right to the chase. For some odd reason, when it's cold outside,
you got time.
The drama kicks off real fast in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no time to waste. It's like the cold does something to people to where it activates the craziness or the drama or the escalation of the situation fast. When it's summertime, oh my God, it's dragged on forever. it makes you want to speed up the video because it's like it's summertime. I know I'm finna go to jail. Let me smoke 3 or 4 cigarettes. Let me walk around because I might not see daylight no more because I'm finna mess up this police officer. And I promise you, this is 24-minute December, right? So I'm always gonna bring that up. I'm always gonna bring up it's wintertime or it's summertime. Let's see how fast it escalates into some drama, or let's see how long it takes or it's in the summer. So December. Now we don't know what state this is in at the moment.
Oh, that's Ohio.
Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
December, and he got on shorts, so it ain't that cold. So it might be half dragged on, half not.
Yeah, because it gets cold
It
in
might
Ohio.
be half dragged on, half night. Hello, Mr. James, sir.
He's free.
What up? So we're going
Yeah, I'm
over
out of jail, man.
top. We're gonna go back to the Diddy thing real quick. I was just telling her about how, sometimes you'll watch a show and how it gets slowed down very much dramatically because we see something and miss things. So I'm just giving her a small example, 24-minute little video.
Because she thinks she runs stuff over here. She don't. She come home drunk and belligerent, passed out in front of the kids, found in the bathroom floor, passed out in front of the kids. And her mom got on her, and then her mom, she gets talking crazy, and her mom told her she had to go, and they get the car, got a little heated or whatever. Then she turns and runs out the house and try to make a big scene.
How old is she?
She's 26.
Does she live here?
She doesn't live here. She's been staying here to visit her kids. She don't live here. She have her own place over there in Wilkes Homes, where she's supposed to be at. She got her own place over there. She just has been here visiting her kids, and we've been trying to work with her, let her be here because she doesn't have custody of her kids.
Look like it's snowing.
We're trying to let her see them and bond with them as much as possible, hoping she get herself together. But
yeah, it looks nice. Look like he put on some lotion before he came outside and talked to the police officer. He's not ashy.
No, I'm saying you see the little flurries going by the camera. Look like it's about to snow out there. So it is cold.
And remember, she had a coat on too. So yeah, but yet again, nice explanation. Not loud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You like she don't live here. Calm and cool.
That right shoe look like it's about to be over with.
A little leaning. Those is house shoes. Just throw those on quick.
That ain't house shoes. Them look like Pumbas. Them tennis shoes.
So the house shoes that you done turned into the house shoes.
Them to cut the grass shoes.
Yeah, those niggas take the garbage out in.
That's I'm gonna whoop your ass outside the back, boy. Don't play with me. Shoes. Now I think every man got them shoes that they just so comfortable that I'm just not letting them go. They that comfortable.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
She keeps doing this right here. Go out.
Was she drinking today?
She was
drinking
drinking
today here?
She was not drinking here.
I don't know.
She left and she came
woke
home.
up and she was
She
here.
left again. She came home drunk.
And she was in my bathroom with the kids screaming, "Mommy!"
Not you bring the evidence. Not you bringing evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Not
you should.
Not you criminalizing your daughter, your child. Just make sure you know the reason why she can't come back here. You see she drunk. I almost TikTok my daughter, but I didn't want to TikTok her. I'm getting my coins up. I'm sorry. Now that I'm learning about TikTok, I am gonna bring some of that lingo jokes over here to the YouTube show. I'm sorry. I got to bring the jokes up. Man, it's crazy.
Right. What
11:38.
11:38. Well,
Yeah, this
She
just
just got home this morning, like 30 minutes ago.
came from across the street, ready to go going.
Yeah. So she's starting to calm down. She's drunk.
Yeah,
She's really worked up. So we got her a little calm. I think another minute she might be able to answer some questions. She's finally starting to answer some things. So she got her ass. She got mom. Mom beat her ass.
What he just say? What he say about her mama?
Did he say
Literally, what did he say?
So she got her ass. She got mom. Mom beat her ass.
Oh, mama said I beat her ass. Hold on. Oh, let me bring up the words.
Finally starting to answer some things. So she got her ass. She got mom. Mom beat her ass.
Oh, mom beat her ass.
Hey, Armani. My name's Officer Mark Beck, Police Department. Can you get your arms out of this?
Yeah, please pull your arm out of here, okay? I'm gonna take your arm out of this cone, alright?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost want to cut this video off. We 2 minutes and 24 seconds in, and first time meeting a lady who we talking about crying. I want to go back to the Diddy case. I really think I picked the wrong video to start off the cop case. Okay, let's do it.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
We just going over cop case videos. We finna go back to the P. Diddy because this is going in the wrong direction of what I don't want to get into. Okay? Are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
Sorry, my camera's not working.
Still not working.
What did he say? What happened?
He said it's still not working, and then he dropped.
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather go back to the P. Diddy case. It's only been 2 days, obviously, so these are action news coverage. Are they gonna have their little homies up here? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go to CNN because CNN gonna bring up their little panel.
The ex-girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs is back on the stand for a second day in the music mogul's criminal trial. Cassie Ventura shared shocking allegations of abuse in her testimony yesterday, and she also gave.
Do you say the same thing I just thought too? Is she pregnant?
Yes.
She is pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
Whoever drawing out these pictures doing it good. But remember what one report said, she never looked P. Diddy way.
Gave graphic details on the so-called freak-offs and then broke down in tears when asked about how she felt about the alleged events. Ventura said they made her feel disgusting and humiliated. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all 5 charges, including sex trafficking.
And a quick note to our viewers right now, CNN's coverage of this trial. You'll see on the left side of your screen, you'll see information.
Yo, so they had another witness to back up Cassie, but unfortunately, they don't know if she's dead or if somebody paid her off. She ain't on the internet no more. Her name is Allie Carter. She was supposed to be
about her.
She's supposed to be right behind Cassie. But unfortunately, the past couple of days, nobody don't know where she at. Nobody has heard from her, and she hasn't made a post on internet in a while. And the trial is here, and she's supposed to be in court, and she's not there. So a lot of people are speculating that they got to her, they killed her. They done found her and killed her.
That's the girl.
Just say allegedly, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Which you on YouTube? You on YouTube? Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. Yeah. So, and she goes into detail.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? She was part of the kid.
The kid. Like she went into it, and she
was one of the kids.
Go listen. Y'all know what happened, and now she's missing.
Now she's gone. They trying to say she's allegedly. They saying she might have been unalived. Either Jay-Z or somebody got
She
to her.
was saying it too. She should have
Yeah.
just went somewhere, gotten witness protection or something, because
But see, Cat Williams was trying to give her police protection. But right before he was going to give her police protection, or right before, he, brought the attention to the police that, yo, she needs to be in police protection, she disappears. Don't nobody know where she at now. So, I don't know, man. I hope the little girl, I hope ain't nothing happened to her.
For real, because dang, she was saying that too.
Because if she wound up in the court, Diddy be gone. Diddy is done. I mean, he done now, but he be done if she actually talked in the court. You know what I'm saying?
She was saying
But yeah, but go ahead, Mike. I just want to throw that out there that Allie Carter was supposed to be the second character witness against Puff, but apparently, allegedly, she either got paid off or unalived. Allegedly. So that's what happened to her. But go ahead.
Coming in from our reporters who are inside the courtroom. It will be updating throughout the show. That's because there's no video or audio recording allowed in federal courts.
All right, let's bring in CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig and former federal.
But not even no auto up in there.
No. It's always been like that. Even the OJ trial. No, OJ trial was civil. This shit was all on TV.
Yeah, cause they was in courtroom. They was in the courtroom.
Right. Yeah, that was all on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was civil or state. That was a state trial.
That was a civil state trial. Right.
Prosecutor Elise Adamson, great to have you both here. So Ventura is still testifying. This is her second day. Right now, she is talking about that Uber ride home after the video we've seen from the hotel where Diddy is seen pulling her, attacking her. Tell us about her testimony and why that video is so important.
Well, so this is more corroboration. This is more support that prosecutors are trying to build in to Cassie Ventura's testimony. Of course, the surveillance video of the hotel assault is the most important piece, but now we're seeing the prosecutors use some other pieces of evidence, selfies, text messages, emails, things that were on Cassie Ventura's phone, because they want the jury to believe her unconditionally. And I want to make an important point here that the defense argument is that yes, this was domestic violence, but it's not racketeering, it's not sex trafficking. But it's important to know, and I think prosecutors are going to argue this, those things are not mutually exclusive. It can be both. In fact, one of the things prosecutors have to show is that there was force or coercion. And so that beating, if I was the prosecutor, I would argue, yeah, you bet it's domestic violence, but it also goes to the sex trafficking and racketeering.
Because the argument could be made that from the prosecution side is that was a form of coercion, that perhaps she was afraid that she would get beaten up. And that is why she did some of these acts. And we should note, she talked about the selfies where she had a swollen lip and a black eye under her sunglasses. So clearly the prosecution is trying to draw that out. Wolf.
And it's interesting, Elise, because right now we're being told by our reporters who are inside the courtroom that Cassie Ventura reviewed a binder of more than a dozen photos that were shown. And clearly she was upset. She said she typically reached out to escorts to arrange these freak-offs because it was her job. And she felt she would be punished if she didn't do that.
Yeah, that's incredibly important.
James, before you came in here early in the beginning of the show, the defenders literally said to leave out a lot of things about Diddy. To the jury, don't think about it. Understanding that you could nobody have the power to tell Diddy no. So forget about that, because if you told Diddy no, you was afraid that something was wrong was going to happen to you. Now, this is what the defender said in the case of Diddy, to forget about and don't worry about, because that's not important to this case.
Because remember, the defense opened on the fact that Ventura was a willing participant. That's their theory of the case, that she was Combs's lover, and she wanted to be there. And so the prosecution had to grapple with the fact that Ventura was the one that was arranging some of these freak-offs. I think the prosecution is doing a wonderful job explaining why that was. By framing this as a job instead of something that she wanted to do, it makes it clear that there perhaps was that coercion. And by tying it to that violence, as Ellie just said, the photos, the corroboration of the black eyes, shows that she didn't really have a choice. She was going to be punished if she didn't comply. And that's key.
And she said that she just testified under oath that when she paid these men to be in these so-called freak-offs, it was with Combs's money. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, I think the argument prosecutors are trying to make here is
One day I'm there to pay for no ads.
it sounds a little strange, but the freak-offs are not about the sex, or at least the sex is not what's relevant to you, the jury. What's relevant is those freak-offs show the element of coercion, as Elise was saying, and they show that there's some organization at play here. Remember, this is a racketeering charge, the first charge here, and that means that there was some sort of organized enterprise that was committing multiple crimes. So prosecutors need to show this was more than whatever sexual proclivities may have been, felt here by Sean Combs. There was some organization here with respect to people and methods and payments. And I think that
it's almost like saying, we just need to prove that was not for pleasure. This was for business, basically, right? Am I getting this understood correctly almost? That's my job to do as a prosecutor, is to show the jury that this was not for pleasure. He did not have some sexual oriented fantasy that he wanted to get off with all this baby lotion and oil, thinking that he was the Drew Hill, the new version.
And that's going to be
that
hard.
This was a business.
They're showing in her thing that he's the one who paid for everything. So she ain't the one paying for it. It's not like she's bringing it to him like, oh, yeah, let's have these freak offs. He the one telling her to do it and paying for it.
Then you think it'd be easy. Hey, did he get a tax write-off for the baby oil? Hey, did you get a tax write-off for whatever the ingredients you put in this oil to do what it do when it did what it do? That's like that. If I can prove that in court, then sir,
the fact that he has thousands of bottles of baby oil.
What I thought it was just 100 and something, but 1,000.
100 and something.
It was a lot, but damn.
Oh, they must be exaggerating on some stuff. They must be exaggerating. I must.
Didn't we cover that?
No, it's 1,000 and something. They counted all of them.
It was 1,000. Yeah, it was something like that. That's crazy.
What do you need that much baby oil for? Like,
because he was taking the baby oil and he was mixing ketamine with the baby oil. And then when you rub the baby oil on your skin or on your private parts, it enhances the experience. It's like ecstasy.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the people didn't know that the baby oil had ketamine in it.
Oh.
So go figure.
And
yeah, he laced all the baby oil with ketamine. Ketamine makes you it's like the date rape drug, kind of. It's kind of like that.
Thank you. So he's drugging people.
Yeah, with the drinks and with the baby oil. Everybody getting drugged.
Yeah, he Bill Cosby in them without the foot rub.
Drinks, food, the goddamn weed, everything is tainted. That's why you got to leave your phones. When you go to puppy parties, you got to leave your phone outside. You got to leave your phone with the bodyguard. I'm not going nowhere. I don't care how rich you is. I don't care if you are Jesus Christ. I'm taking my phone. If I can't take my phone, then obviously I don't need to be there. I don't need to be wherever we going. I don't need to be there. So I'm going to go with my phone. If I can't take my phone with me, I don't need to be there. That's real.
You know something serious about to happen. No phone.
So, yeah,
okay,
you take everybody's phone.
I'm not going in here with this phone, but I'm going here with this cop cam this chest cam. It is on.
Was they? I'm sure they were searching people down to make sure they don't have that. Why?
Man, I would have told you. Come on, dog. I would have Mission Impossible.
They search you down, bro. Superstars, athletes, and they don't care who you could be. Oprah, nigga, get up that phone. If you want to come in this party, you got to get the phone. If we catch you with a phone, you're getting kicked out. You might get beat up first. Then get kicked out.
Oprah wasn't getting patted down. She got a Jeep.
Shit. Everybody got patted down. Bro, Capiche, you keep forgetting, bro. This nigga got videos on God. When you got videos on God, you can tell everybody what to do. He got videos on everybody. He got videos on Oprah. So damn right she gonna get that phone up. He got videos on everybody. That's why they went in there and got them tapes, so he couldn't use it against him.
I was about to say, I heard that's why they sent them in there to get all of that.
That's why they got the tape. So he couldn't use it against him, man. That nigga had political officials. He had presidents, congressmen, people from Homeland Security. He had hired people, the same people that's in charge of him getting locked up, that's making him being locked up. He got them on tape. They was like, oh no, we need them tapes before we do anything. I've been to his parties. Hell no, get them fucking tapes first. Now we can get them. They ain't got no leverage.
Yeah.
That's why he was able to get away with. That's why he was able to get away with what he was able to get away with for so long. Because he got tapes on God. When you got tapes on God, nigga, what? Bro, the world is yours.
That's crazy.
All right, Ice Cube.
The world is yours. That's for real.
All right, let's see how many quotes we're handing out points today. Whoever come up with the best quotes. Right now, James is in the lead with 4 because that was smooth, brother. How you came through with that quote.
I didn't know you could do points on YouTube.
If you can find me on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger at Michael Large, LARDGE, message me and I will send you the invite and I would invite you up, my guy. Yes, sir.
I thought you sent Miss Wright an invitation. She ain't come up.
She said she was having problems. I told her to try to use her Chrome to
okay.
Try to do it.
Are you able to like put it in a chat or something for them?
What, in this chat for people?
Oh, no. Oh.
You gotta send them an invite.
Okay. I got you. I can send you an invite.
Cool, 902.
A new person I've been waiting to bring up here for a very long time.
Don't say Flo.
No, we can't bring Flo over this.
I got mad. Yo, Flo broke my heart today, man.
What
I get out of TikTok jail, and I follow her with, I see her face up there, so I hit her thing, and I follow her to a room, and I get in there, and Aqua, she know me. Aqua, I forgot her name. She's Aqua something. She was like, oh, hey, Pal, how you doing? I said, bring me up. I said, I think I'm out of TikTok jail. So she brought me up, and I got happy. I was like, oh, shit, I can see myself. I'm out of jail. He go, Flo. I wanted the camera like this. Here she go. He's a troll. I was like, wait a minute, Flo, hold on. It's me. What are you doing? It's me. But see, at the same time, I was experiencing internet difficulties. So I was coming in and out. And I don't know if she was able to see me, but she kept telling Aqua I was a pro. And I was like, Flo, you hurt my heart. You breaking my heart, baby. We go way back. Don't do that, baby. But then when I took my hat off, look, when I took the hat off and I got a good signal, she's like, oh my God, I love him. He's not the troll. I know him. Oh my God. I missed you, buddy. Where's the big my buddy? I said, Flo, you hurt you broke my heart, Flo. I didn't mean. So yeah. I see why you don't bring her up. But yeah, you kind of hurt my feelings today. But we good
So
though.
I was saying on here because she be loud and she be, I know he probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she can't TikTok. She can't TikTok streets on this. When you come on here, you gotta stay on here. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk the streets. You can't walk these streets. You gotta stay in the house. You gotta stay in the house. StreamYard said you gotta stay in the house. Can't walk the streets.
She'll be on her other phone.
Mm-hmm.
it did like last night on my live. I can't believe my live was actually popping and jumping last night. But when the homie came in and showed us his job, she took that just a little bit too personal, and she already done had stroke. So I'm like, that's the main reason why you need to calm down. You need to get out these streets.
What's wrong with his job? What's wrong with his job?
He work at a morgue.
That's a job. I mean, what?
But it started taking her to a place where she ain't need to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back down memory lanes.
But that's on her.
She's like, how you
That's on her.
I had to look at a body. Oh Lord, no.
Because we wouldn't be able to go to funerals without these people. So that's on her. That's a profession. They get paid.
I didn't have to go see two bodies.
It's a job that needs to be done. So
I mean, it is.
It
is. Life.
Yeah, it is. So that's on her. Get a little eye stung anyway.
I'm like, let me see the face. Can we see the face?
Said that. I was one who asked that question.
I was like, can we see the face? When I was younger, I wanted to do forensics, so I wanted to do that kind of stuff. But once they told me about the smells, it's the smells I can't do. I can't do funny smells.
That's right.
Y'all, I got a cannabis news. I got a cannabis news story that we got to cover real quick. We got to cover this. I'm sorry, dog. We got to cover this. I don't believe this is really what's going on here.
I shouldn't be getting banned. No more bananas no more. I got the live set up. So it's 21 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke and drink. You can smoke and drink in there now.
Okay.
He said we can smoke and drink in there. Heck nah.
Yeah,
all right, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all see the title on top real quick before we get back into this P. Diddy. I had to switch it up just real fast.
Whoa.
This is our reaction. Nobody has seen this on this. Nobody's seen this video. Nobody's seen this new coverage. So it's 3 minutes and 41 seconds long. We finna hear about the story and give our true reactions to it. Let's get into
The
it.
blast that destroyed these homes in the middle of the night also snatched a little boy from his family. On the 16th of October last year, 7-year-old Archie York was killed as he slept. An explosion in the flat below ripped through the block, set it on fire. His mum, who was pulled from the rubble, remembers the last thing she ever said to him.
I kissed him goodnight and I says, I'll see you in the morning. He was cheeky, mischievous, just a normal 7-year-old boy with his full life ahead of him.
Her loss made even more painful, knowing it was caused by cannabis production gone catastrophically wrong.
Is it Reese?
Reese Galbraith has been jailed for 14 years after admitting the manslaughter of both Archie and his friend, 35-year-old Jason Laws, whose body was recovered from the wreckage. The court heard that more than 100 canisters of butane gas were found in the flat Galbraith and Laws had been using to make a cannabis concentrate known as shatter. An example of the process has been shared online and filmed, it says, in Gateshead. In Galbraith's case, he was using the shatter to make cannabis sweets known as gummies. This devastation demonstrates the risk posed by a buildup of gas.
It's really, really dangerous. Archie went to bed that night. The family went to bed that night, not understanding or knowing what was beneath them. It's remarkable that anyone else wasn't killed that night.
It just infuriates us that it was a shatter that caused this. It didn't need to happen.
The explosion caused so much damage, the whole building has been demolished. In sentencing, the judge told Galbraith he bears responsibility.
Boy, you look guilty. Like you're doing too much.
For all the loss and destruction. Archie's mum said she'd never forgive him for what he did to their beautiful boy. Carrie Davis, ITV News.
Well, our correspondent Greg Eastdale was in court to hear today's sentencing, and Greg, emotions, of course, were running very high in that courtroom.
Yeah, very much so. Catherine Errington, Archie's mother, spoke to the media, as you saw there, to raise awareness about shatter labs and the dangers involved with them. But she came here to court today with a very different purpose, and that was to address Reece Galbraith directly. In her victim impact statement read by herself in court, she said she can still smell the burning. She still has flashbacks. She said to him, "You've stolen our peace. You've stolen our son." She then stopped, turned and looked at Reece Galbraith directly and screamed the words, "You killed my son," adding, "I'll never forgive you."
That's over there in
He
England.
could barely look at her, glancing across briefly.
Go ahead.
That's over there in England. That ain't the United States.
It's still a tragedy, marijuana story, news story.
I mean, yeah. That'll never happen in the United States. You know why? Because we smart enough to use ovens. You know what I'm saying? We use the oven. We're not gonna use no butane bottles and then leave them in the crib, knowing that they still got gas inside. And then if you use the butane, the gas will accumulate in your room. And then when you go to light up and smoke a cigarette or something, boom, you dead. You know, ain't nobody doing that in the United States. We're gonna use an oven. He was just that's his fault. That ain't got nothing to do with weed. That's his fault for getting blowed up and killing that boy. We didn't have nothing to do with that. That was him being stupid. No, that was stupid, bro. Everybody know goddamn well everybody know you don't put no butane gas, no kind of gases in your room like that. And then you got an open flame, you trying to cook gummies and shit, and he was doing too much. He was doing too much, man. That's his fault, bro. I don't got no sympathy for him. He should go to jail. He should go to jail for life. That was stupid.
I know a lot of people out here
How much time they gave him? Did they say?
14 years. He should go to jail for life. He killed that boy because he was doing something stupid. That boy that had to die. He did something real stupid. He could have just went to them and be like, "Look, the mama," and be like, "Look, can I use your oven?" You know what I'm saying? If she'd have been like, "Nah, you can't use my oven. You're not cooking no weed in my oven." Okay, then nigga, they carry your ass. Go get you a room somewhere. Go find your oven and cook this shit. Don't try to, he deserved whatever he get. He deserved, bro. That was stupid.
Oh,
that was stupid.
I don't know too many people that actually like butane.
Mm-hmm. No, that's over there in England. That's stupid England. Ain't nobody doing that shit over here in America. Ain't nobody doing that. No. Now when we got dispensaries all over the place and weed about to be legal in all the states and shit. No, ain't nobody doing that. Hell no. No.
11. I got another story. If y'all got time for a marijuana story. 11 Chicago children hospitalized after taking marijuana edibles.
Why was they taking marijuana edibles?
Bruh, you got to be taking like 2,000 milligrams to the status of these kids where they getting hospitalized. Like you got to be taking hold on 2 seconds. Because technically you don't have to. I'm a little bit exaggerating, but to get hospitalized, that means, bro, you was eating these edibles like all day.
And it ain't gonna do it but make you go to sleep. You can't OD on weed. So it ain't gonna do it but make your ass go to sleep. So why are they getting hospitalized? Just make the little ass go to sleep. And sleep it off.
Yeah, but they're not gonna look at that because they're gonna look at you being unconscious. That's the first thing that will come to mind is you're unconscious.
Yeah, but you can't die. But you cannot die from smoking weed, overdosing. There's no such thing as overdosing on weed because you're just gonna go to sleep.
Coma-like sleep is considered overdosing off of marijuana.
No. Overdosing is something totally different, bro. Overdose is totally different. You smoke weed, it puts you to sleep.
Yet again,
overdosing causes death.
I'm
Overdosing
just letting you
causes
know what
death.
the
You
doctors,
can die from an overdose.
sir.
You can't die. You can't die from smoking a whole lot of weed. Cheech and Chong will be dead. Snoop will be dead. Nelson, not Nelson Mandela. What's his name? Willie Nelson will be dead. Nigga, Mike, your ass will be dead. You know what I'm saying? You can smoke a whole ounce. You gonna still be all right tomorrow. You can't overdose on weed. So I don't even know why they hospitalizing the kids and all this shit. Send their little ass to bed. Let the shit wear off.
When you in school, what bed am I finna send you? You're in school, so yes, the first place I'm sending you is to a hospital, sir.
The school got a nursing office. School has a nursing facility. It has
and
beds in there.
they only allowed to go how far? They only allowed to do so much. They can't do that much. So yes, the main place where I'm finna send you is to the hospital, and you know the true reason why I'm finna send you to the hospital, so the parent can definitely get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be the parents' fault. They could have got it. They could have got it from somebody in school.
That is true, but yet again,
so it's not. You can't necessarily say it's parents' fault, man. I've seen a lot of drugs coming in and out of my goddamn school. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that.
Did nobody, James? Nobody said it was the parents' fault. Nobody said that at all. We said the reason why we sending your kids to the hospital is so the parent can get into trouble. We're not saying it's their fault.
Why would you want to get the parents in trouble when they could have gotten the drugs from somebody in the goddamn school? The parents didn't know a goddamn thing about it. You can't. They're not gonna get in trouble. They're not gonna get in trouble.
Sir, that's the procedure.
If they got the drugs from the school, the parents are in the clear.
But that's mostly
the first thing they're going to do is that they want to start the investigation. So let's see if they got it from home, what kid, what. You know how that go.
All right. I like this. I like where this might be going. Let's see what happens.
A major interruption to the school day for elementary students on Chicago's South Side.
Nearly a dozen kids were taken to the hospital after eating what's believed to be marijuana edibles. Our Charlie DeMar spoke with parents and has the reaction from CPS tonight. Charlie.
Well, Joy and Eric, as you can imagine, pretty scary moments for those parents picking up their kids today. And in a letter to parents, the elementary school principal says they think that the students consumed edibles. 11 kids were hospitalized. All of them, though, are expected to be okay. Ambulances rushed to Fort Dearborn Elementary School for a call of students overdosing just before 2 p.m. Chicago police say 22 students ingested what was later identified as edibles containing THC. 11 needed medical attention.
I really would like to know where they actually get these products from. Because it's not easily accessible. Like you could just go to the corner store and they're going to give it to a child. So it has to be an adult somewhere involved.
How did it happen and why and who brought it? And the same questions everybody else should have.
In a separate incident from the weekend, police in Wheeling say Dagmara Ruse handed out chocolate edibles to 4 children she didn't know at a local park. The kids, ranging in age from 9 to just 2 years old, were taken to a nearby hospital. Ruse is facing 12 misdemeanors.
Once a week, we're dealing with an incident with the edibles where a child is being taken to the hospital.
In Michigan, the superintendent of Detroit Public Schools is sounding the alarm about kids and edibles, calling on legislators to change labeling, packaging, and increase awareness around edibles.
I think any industry should always go forward about protecting.
For one, I'm going to cut it right there real quick. There is a difference when it comes to packaging between the street edibles and dispensary edibles. And they showed a good prime example right here. This is street edibles. You would not find none of these products with these names in no dispensary. No Skittles, no Jolly Ranchers, none of that in no dispensary. And if you do find it in your state, you're one of the lucky few. I guarantee you're not finding these products out here in Las Vegas. Now, these products right here are what you would call dispensary
This is
products.
no
These are
different.
what more edibles look like coming out of a dispenser. That don't even look anything. That look like that candy
Right.
that's nasty.
This is no different. Capiche? This is no different. This is no different. Then see that's what the media, because the media got goddamn so far thinking one way was we.
You
Because we
breaking
got a
up
lot of
on me.
people that's mad that we
James,
have
James,
people
James,
that's just gonna push shit
James,
out
stop,
there.
stop, 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 stop,
Oh,
stop, stop.
yo,
Yeah, you breaking up. We can't hear you. So I don't even want you to finish your statement because we can't hear you.
oh,
Like you getting bad reception, homie. Dang. Dang. Sorry about that, y'all. So, like I was saying, hopefully you can come back and, and repeat what saying. The packaging is different. They're not, yeah, like I think he was trying to say, they're not gonna really break that down in the media. They're not really gonna show us the packaging, like, okay, what type of packaging there was, because a true pothead would see, like, just like how I wanted to stop and point that out because I'm a pothead and you need to make a difference. Like, if I got caught with this type of packaging, then yes, I would be like, okay, it came from an adult somewhere. Like, yeah, there's an adult somewhere. Even though this definitely came from adult, but I can understand it's a little bit more realistic of how this got into a kid's hands
Mm-hmm.
and how kids got a handle. It
They had
makes
an
a lot
incident
more sense.
like that for Halloween. I guess they was, how they had their little, just handing out the Halloween candy. Somehow they done mixed some gummies in there. And the same thing, a little kid, the parent was like, why is she not waking up? Like she was real sleepy, like they was trying to wake her up and everything. And they looked in her candy bag and they found one of these, a pack of weed gummies. They don't know how, who, what. It was just mixed in there. But these packages like this, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I don't like those packages. If my kids get a hold of that, like, come on, that's crazy.
How you
Kids,
doing, sir?
kids are just gonna see that and automatically, and they're gonna eat a lot of it.
On me.
Little
How
kids
you
be
doing down there? You quiet.
No, I was just chilling, seeing what you guys are talking about.
We was talking about the Diddy. Then I went into a cop camera that was going bad. It was horrible. And I seen this marijuana news real quick. Just want to cover a few stories because I did start off as a marijuana group. Got to start covering different bases around here. Just can't keep covering the same old, same old.
Yeah.
I know that me and you supposed to be getting into some political debates about some things, and we can always get into that a little bit. But today's subject was really on the Diddy case, cop cameras, and a little bit of marijuana news. I think covering these stories, just going over, needs to be discussed. It needs to be broken down still, because these news. How long is this video? 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It came on to the news. You covered it and it's gone. That's all you're gonna hear about it. So you know what I'm saying. I think it needs to be a little bit more covered on her.
What's going on with the Diddy stuff? I haven't been paying attention to the stuff in a while.
Okay. See, you know how to ask the right questions, huh?
No, I
Okay.
came
So
in on you guys talking about the Diddy stuff. But I tuned in for like a minute.
so Diddy case basically is only day 2 of the trial. It's been lot has been exposed in just 2 days and stuff like that. Basically, I am not gonna lie to you. We was just trying to really catch up ourselves.
Okay.
Even though I even
The video that we was playing, Capiche?
which one? I'm gonna go back to the girl. Want to go back to
Yeah,
the
the
girl or the
girl.
news?
Yeah, the
Okay,
girl.
I knew it.
Look, you can't leave me hanging now.
Well, I've been trying to. Normally, I'll be outnumbered. Look, I'm trying. Let's just put it like that. I'm trying. Need to try a little harder.
Where James out of where he went?
James, I was telling him bad reception, so he trying to get his reception together. So here is this. I'm gonna bring this up. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna start it from the beginning, just so we can all get caught up. Once again, we all need a good refreshment on what's going on.
Now, one damning piece of evidence, a note Cassie wrote to herself, recovered from her iCloud backup, that read, "He owns me. Even when I sleep, I'm not free." The court was silent as it was read aloud. Stop scrolling. Diddy's courtroom just exploded. Cassie Ventura took the stand and shattered the silence. What she revealed about freak-offs, firearms abuse, and blackmail tapes left the entire room frozen. This wasn't just testimony. It was a bombshell. Let's unpack everything that happened on day 2 of Diddy's federal sex trafficking trial.
Here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Today, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It's day 2 for real after the jury selection of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Yesterday, we covered it in great detail. The jury selection in which the juror from the UN made it on, despite his claims to have that his Office of Counterterrorism doesn't work with U.S. law enforcement. It's not credible. But then there were the opening statements, hammering hard. Tenny Garagos did it for the defense among their 9 lawyers. And she said this is about private personal conduct and that he may be a terrible person, but it's not a federal RICO charge. The government hammered away, saying you're going to hear from Jane, Cassie, Mia.
This is your full breakdown of May 13th, today, the second day of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. We'll walk through the timeline, the accusations, the evidence, the defense, and the shockwaves from Cassie's heart-wrenching and graphic testimony. If you think yesterday was wild, today lit the courtroom on fire. Stay locked in because this is raw, emotional, and quite honestly, terrifying. The second day began promptly at 9 a.m. at the U.S. District Court in Manhattan under heavy media and security presence. The judge, he called the court to order as spectators packed out the room and the entire gallery was filled. Many of them were journalists or survivors advocates and members of the music industry.
And then the witnesses began. There was first the LAPD officer who went to the 6th floor among the famous kicking incident. And it turns out that he filmed his own version of the security camera footage and preserved it he was going to just show his wife, but he preserved it for eternity. Now, the cross-examination of him was done by Brian Steele, who tried to point out various inconsistencies of things that he hadn't put in his written report at the time, but only remembered later while speaking to the prosecutors. It wasn't a bad cross at all. Coming off his Young Thug work, score 1 for Brian Steele. Now, the next witness was I'm called him male dancer, but his last name was Philip, not with an S. And this is where it got pretty gruesome. Not gruesome. I mean, yes, gruesome. He was invited up and began to perform. But he stopped being able to perform once he saw the violence, he said. He was a kind of a compelling character in a way. Now, the defense chose to have Xavier Donaldson, who I like and know quite well. I mean, I cover him more than these other lawyers because he's on the CJA panel and represents many criminal defendants here in SDNY as appointed counsel. He's taken a kind of his first line of attack was to try to say that the male escort or exotic dancing firm of Mr. Phillip gains SEO, so he must be a fraudster. That's not really going far. He didn't finish his cross, and it's going to begin today. And we're coming up on the courthouse. You're going to see the madness in front. So we'll see what he does. And today is going to be the day of Cassie Ventura. So this is a longer than normal intro, but it's a case that we're covering in great detail.
So first up on the stand this morning was the continuation of a witness from yesterday. Now, that was the male escort Daniel Phillip. Now, he alleged firsthand knowledge of Diddy's violence and sexual misconduct. For day 2, he had a little part in the morning. He had to finish some cross and some recross. But then, as promised, we have something more explosive. Cassie Ventura, Combs' longtime partner, and now, of course, she is the central figure in this entire criminal case. By 10/12, she was sworn in. And guys, she's 8.5 months pregnant. Like, I knew she was pregnant, but I didn't know she was that pregnant. And the reports are saying that she was visibly shaken. But the courtroom, it was dead silent. I mean, no phones, no murmurs, just tension so thick it could snap. Her testimony lasted well over 4 hours. And now it was broken into segments with recesses like water breaks and several procedural objections from the defense. And of course, they had to tie in breaks being
3 signs. Compensation. If you've been in a car accident recently, there are 3 critical signs that could indicate your case is worth significant compensation. Possibly even 6 or 7 figures. Sign number 1, insurance tried to settle quickly after your accident. This is the biggest red flag. Insurance companies know exactly what your case could be worth at its maximum value, and they rush to offer you a fraction of that amount before you discover the truth. Here's what most people don't realize. The main reason why accident victims don't receive huge payouts has almost nothing to
almost 9 months pregnant, but nothing could dilute the gravity of what she was about to say.
I was in the courtroom as Cassie was testifying, so let me tell you guys everything that you didn't see or may have not heard, because it's a lot. I will say the most damning part of her testimony for me is when she describes a freak-off where Diddy and another man, an escort, are standing on top of her while she is laying on the floor, high off of ecstasy, and they are urinating in her face to the point where she is choking on her feet. And to further give context, on the right-hand side of the court seated is her husband, Alex Fine. On the left-hand side, Diddy's 6 out of 7 kids are sitting in the courtroom, as Cassie is describing, having weekly freak-offs for years that would last 2, 3, one lasted up to 4 days. She talked about damaging hotel rooms so bad in one instance that they had to pay such a hefty fee because the hotel told them that they needed to completely redecorate the room after a freak-off. After a freak-off, there would be blood, urine, and lots of baby oil. There was so much baby oil. There was also so much baby oil talk to the point where the judge at one point told prosecutors, wrap it up. But before we even got there, a very pregnant Cassie was called to the stand.
Now, most of us have heard Cassie's allegations. They have been public for a while now. But under oath, with no filter, she painted an intimate and disturbing portrait of a decade-long nightmare. She claimed some wild stuff and all about Diddy. Well, he forced her into sex with strangers while he watched or filmed and also pleasured himself. He required her to carry a firearm illegally, sometimes across state lines. He verbally and physically abused her, including instances of slapping, dragging, and choking. He also introduced her to hard drugs and encouraged her to take them before freak-offs. Now, the biggest thing, and you could hear gas in the courtroom, he threatened to release compromising footage if she ever left or tried to disobey him. Now, one of the ways he isolated her was to cut her off from friends, family, and business contacts, creating a total dependency on him. He also forced her to recruit other women, not unlike what's been alleged in the past racketeering cases. But Cassie also testified that her life was not glamorous. It was a golden cage, laced with fear, control, and a lot of paranoia.
Golden cage? Platinum cage? Diamond cage? Prison full of fruits and vegetables and workout and... Okay, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Up in the front. I'm assuming this is the guy that did the testimony that said that he was the male dancer. That's who you're looking at. Mr. Cream feeling himself.
What are you doing? I thought that was her husband.
The prosecutors?
Like I said, I assume. I don't know. That's Cassidy's husband?
Yeah, that's what they just said.
How could you let this happen?
I'm just like, for him, what, you know,
Did y'all see where his daughters, when she got ready to testify, his twin daughters walked out of court. They didn't stay.
I was shocked when they
I
said 6 out
feel
of the
like
7 children, because I thought the girls wasn't going to the trials.
no, they went. I feel like kids should be left out of things like this because kids are very, very innocent. Like they don't understand. Like why are y'all bringing children into this anyway? They look at their father as heroes. You know what I mean? That's my
Because
daddy.
the
Like
temper, the reason why the kids are getting brought into it because the kids are allegedly a part of the ring and knowing and was involved in some of the stuff that was some of the activities that was going on.
I know the girls have
Unfortunately.
expressed and they just like through with it. They were just
Yes,
like through with
I
it.
definitely heard rumors. Like I said, these are rumors. I'm not sure if they're true,
Allegedly.
but I have heard rumors definitely about the sons knowing things that were going on.
now,
Yeah.
the older sons, I could definitely see that. But the
Okay.
girls, I don't think they knew anything. Them little girls, I don't think they knew nothing. Them, especially the baby. How a baby know? She a child. Like she was
I'm
just brought
I'm
here.
I'm with you. I'm with you if you didn't have the last name Combs. Like I'm just I'm sorry, you might be a little bit advanced of your surroundings. Yeah, like I think you know just a little bit. Now, how's the youngest girl? We talking
The
9?
young no, the youngest baby is only a baby. I don't even think she's one yet.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, then she don't know nothing. She
She
Google and
he had
gaga.
he just had a baby. Y'all ain't know that?
No,
He
I
had
thought he stopped with the girl twins.
no, he had the two twins and then he have a baby under them. He just had a baby.
Oh
Yes.
wow. He's still
He has a
popping?
baby that's not even one yet. Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
That's
They post
crazy.
the girls post her all the time. She is so pretty, y'all. When I tell you that baby is so pretty and so innocent.
That's so sad.
They post her all the time. They love that little girl. She's so innocent. Yes. She,
Mm.
yeah. It's 418. 418.
I'll snap. Happy 420 out there, wherever you at. You know.
I'm just wondering, like, for Cassie,
Uh-huh.
like with her husband, like him having to hear all of this and her being pregnant,
We
like, sheesh. What husband wants to know their wife was pissed on and all of the different details that he got to sit there and listen through? And he's very supportive because I would have been like, I don't want to hear none. Look, do what you got to do. I don't want to hear it because,
How much
man,
we getting paid? How much I got to pay? How much we getting paid to hear this? Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna sit right here and listen. He
I
did
was
what
like,
to
how
you?
much babe? That's
He did what?
crazy.
Oh, y'all went where? This is how? Oh, how much I'm getting paid again? To hear more? Okay, let's keep going.
Dang.
I can only take so much. How much? Okay, maybe I can take a little more. All
Sheesh.
right. Like I said,
look
but
now. There's a thing going around Facebook where everybody asking was Cassie just a freak or was she a victim? So in my opinion, I feel like 10 years was too long for you to stay that long to deal with that. Like at that point, I feel like you're a freak, like in my opinion, because
You was
10
enjoying it.
years, bro, 10 years, like come on, like we get it. Like look, look,
can we say a compound word? Can we use a compound word?
we can say freak victim.
Yeah. Because okay, this only reason I'm saying is because seriously, if you believe in your heart, in your soul, in your mind that I cannot say no or my life is not gonna be around no more. I'm not gonna live this lifestyle. He's really working with the mob and can really, you know what I'm saying, allegedly take me off this earth and stuff like that. If these allegations like that is true, and I'm thinking that, yeah, I might be there for like 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing down everything
And
he
I
do.
wonder, like, just with all of that, like, what was the point where she got out?
Right. That's what I'm
And her,
saying.
she technically didn't get out. She got bought out. Yet again, people, I'm gonna bring y'all up to par. When it turned, when the bill got crossed last year into turned into last year, because I remember this, I covered it.
Uh,
When the law where you can go back 20 years, because it's a New York case. Yeah, New York case. When they was able to go back 20 years, the first name that was on the ballot was P. Diddy. So
right.
you knew well before the trial, you knew you had a whole year to prepare. For real. And this is what the crazy part I be saying, like, Diddy, I knew ahead of time before your case even got dropped that this was finna happen. So you had too much time to prepare yourself, to cross your T's, dot your I's, and put the squibble through the Q. You had time. But yet again, you thought it was gonna be a buyout. And the same thing as Cassidy. Cassidy had to allegedly, you know what I'm saying, sit there and take the abuse until the time like this, until a law passed to where she felt safe enough to come out. Because yet again, if you know that I can pull up on you at any given time, even though I'm in Paris, I'm in Jamaica, I'm in French quarters, I'm in Dubai, but you know I can come pull up at your house at any given time. How you gonna take that? So I guess that's the logical way to have to look at this
Right.
situation right here.
Right.
Okay. Because also I'm gonna bring this up too, because they we played this in another video that the first thing they told people to do is put out the fact that he's abusive, the fact that he has anger issue. Pull out your mind that the fact that you can't tell him no. That's not what this case is about. But yet again, you if you know this in the back of your mind, and I'm on the jury. Say we on the jury, and the prosecutor is telling you, no, the defender is telling you, ignore this, ignore this, ignore this, ignore this, because these elements of this person doesn't abide by the law of this trial.
Right.
I don't know. Can y'all ignore that videotape that y'all seen and look at P Diddy like, hey, I'm gonna ignore that videotape. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy 8 months pregnant. Yeah, see, it's like
That's not
a
getting
lot of elements to
ignored.
put in. Go ahead.
It's not getting ignored.
Yo, there's a wish I can find that lawyer that say that he think he gonna get off. Yeah,
Well,
there are.
one of the lawyers dropping tell you right there, like, I'm not even gonna waste my time with this.
I don't think he's going to get off, but I don't think he's going to serve a lot of time just because of the evidence they do have in hand. Because you got to think about it. They had because I feel like for her to take the money, she took money first. This is what crazy. You take money, and then after you take money, you say I'm still gonna testify against him. Why would you take money then testify? It don't make no sense.
Wait, she took money from him?
No, she took money. They went to court and she had a settlement with him.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
settled out of court for what, 44 mil?
They took you definitely, most definitely, right?
She
So
wanted
They had
she
that
wanted
evidence
him
showing.
to yeah, she wanted him to go down.
yet again, okay, so
And
cool.
now
You take the money, but other people, you opened up a door for other people to come out with their testimonies and only go for the money. Like we're not even finna settle in court. However much he gonna give me out of court, That's what we're gonna go for, and we're gonna prolong the going to trial until we can settle out of court. You see this now? You see the scam? It's like I'm gonna wave this over. It's like the mistletoe. I'm gonna wave this over your head, but I don't want to kiss. Why are you waving this mistletoe over my head? Because you want something else besides just a kiss. No. Go ahead, give me my kids, take me to court, and prove what you need to prove in court. And that's how Diddy looking at it. Like if Diddy was a trillionaire from a whole nother country and he was able to pay him off easily, trust me, I'm under the influence right now with everything going on. He would have paid everybody off. We wouldn't be going to trial at all.
Mm-mm.
And if I wasn't mistaken,
If he
he
would have
just
gone to
got to
trial,
see
he wouldn't be doing none of this.
right. And I could have sworn he just got the city key to the city. What 2 years ago, 3 years ago from the mayor? Yeah, him and DJ
Why
Khaled
is
all
it?
on a float.
Why is it that? Cause didn't what's his name? Lil Durk, didn't he get the key to the city or something? And then next thing you know, he all wrapped up in some cases.
Right. You can't. I don't want to be
Why
racist,
they
but you
giving
can't
them
give
the
black people the key to the city. You get a key to the basement, not the city. Okay.
yeah? What like? How does that work?
Get the key to the funeral home. That's about it. To the dumpsters. Get rid of all that trash. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. This is for comedian purposes only. But no, giving people the keys to the city because I remember when Jeezy had got the key to Atlanta when during Obama when he came out with that song he had got the key to Atlanta and everybody thought Jeezy was the best rapper alive at the time. You I don't know because yet again y'all can bring up the YSL when you're in that
And I feel like with the
stratosphere of
whole baby oil situation, I feel like everybody got it. No, see,
you feel
my
like everybody keep
Not to the trade. Not
hold
to
on.
the
thousands of bottles
So
of baby
I'm
oil.
gonna say everybody keep baby oil in their backyard somewhere, in the closet, in the cabinet.
exactly.
one, maybe two.
That was like thousands of bottles.
Yeah, I'm finna say mine's is like gone. Like we just you gonna hear that whistle sound and shake it up. Like
And you
nah.
like keep that one until it's like, and it take a long time for it to go.
But you got people that you gotta
Hundreds and thousands of bottles. Like what?
yeah, because you got people that got fantasies that is
That's
never
OCD
going to do their
out there.
fantasy. P Diddy has fantasies in his dream and wake up and then do them.
Ooh, creep.
That's like that's where people like we're worlds apart. You can do any fantasy you want compared to me doing the fantasy that I want that I'd never be able to do. I'm getting locked up for doing my fantasy.
The
Restrictions
money.
and all types of stuff.
The money.
Okay. He come up with a fantasy. He names it, copyrights it, blogs about it. What'd he say? I was fucked up, y'all. I was fucked up. But I went to go get some counseling. Everybody like, oh shit, I was fucked up
Who's
too,
worse
Diddy. I
though?
went to go get counseling. Now
R.
everybody
Kelly's
went to
or P. Diddy? Who worse? R. Kelly or P. Diddy?
Diddy.
Ooh.
Because
No.
Diddy
They might be the same.
no, because Diddy made this into a enterprise. When it's the words I look for terms that they bringing up. You turn something to an enterprise. R. Kelly was just doing fantasy and got caught up because I didn't want to release my fantasy. It's like meeting Peter. It's like meeting Peter Pan and thinking that he's real, even though you're making somebody in a cosplay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, just because I'm on shrooms and you're Peter Pan, don't mean you're the real Peter Pan. I'm not finna
That
click
makes
my heels and think I'm finna go somewhere. No,
yeah,
it was fun while it lasted.
that makes
R.
sense.
Kelly was like, no, this is gonna last. Oh, who want? Ooh, they're sending me letters talking about they want you to come home. No, you're not gonna come home. Let me sing to you, girl. Woo 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 woo. Okay, R. Kelly, I don't want to go home. You sung to me. You made a song. You put it in my name. Diddy was like, nope. I'm gonna sell you. It's gonna cost you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get you copywritten. I'm finna go on live and say, hey, I just signed a record deal with you, Justin Bieber. Sorry for putting his name out there, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's sad what happened to him, how they did him.
I think if Justin Bieber got on stage, it'd have been over 2 days ago. The
Hmm.
trial wouldn't even be going
And
this
I'm
far.
wondering why is he not? Like,
Who?
what's stopping him from really telling his story? I'll be hearing little bits and pieces of stuff, but what's really stopping him from saying?
Because I'm traumatized. Trauma. And I
Mm.
don't want to say PTSD because he never served his country. So I'm not going to use that term, but I will say trauma like a
But
mug.
it's
Then,
still
like I said,
PTSD. It's
that
still
almost
the
that
backlash of the
almost messed up Usher's um contract that he had out here in Vegas. Because he had just got a resident out here in Vegas and did this Usher tour thing where he was bringing a whole bunch of
It's
it was
sad
looking
how they
easy
pull these different people in and they all just puppets to them. Usher, what happened to you happened to you. And then what?